Broadcasting live from the mixed-up world of Hyrule, this is the Ocarina of Time Randomizer qualifier for SpeedGaming Live 2021. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Bobtastic, and joining me today on commentary is Star of 1468. How you doing?
Doing good. You?
I am functional to some extent. Anyway.
You are present, at least.
That I am. Hope everybody's doing all right. Today we have on stream, we have Ryukane versus Keizo, but believe me, there are plenty more runners in this race. It's going to be a heck of a thing. And hopefully we won't have giant debated Way of the Hero today. Who knows?
You never know. I mean, at least today they start with the Goron, Ruby, and Nocturne, which helps. Less fine.
Yep, so and Ruby is definitely required for this seed, so that's one less dungeon that's straight up required. Yep. For those of you who don't know, going with, basically, this is what it was for Season 4, I think. But the medallion bridge with the Ganon's Castle boss key on the light arrow cutscene, which requires shadow and spirit medallions. So that's 5 medallions definitely required instead of 6.
No, it's 3 stones and lax.
Sorry, 5 dungeons required instead of 6. I misspoke. But also,
you're all good.
But also it gives us the nice little possibility of having something in Ganon's Castle, because you can get in there without necessarily finishing it. All right, so we are starting Child, but we're starting at the graveyard, which means it's chicken time already. Is that a thing? Are we doing chickens right now? Probably not. But
Rio's gonna get it for the back grotto. I think Keizo's just heading out.
Yeah.
Ryu and Keizo here, 2 of the top francophone runners in the OTR community. Keizo, we saw him around in last year's SGL. Ryu's a bit newer to the competitive scene, but also excellent. How many skulls was that?
That was 30. 30 skulls for Heart Container. It is, in fact, dead, and we have our protection inside the back grotto, so there you go.
Yeah, OTR has many excellent francophone runners. These are 2 of them, both top 32 skill level as well. Should be a good race here between the 2.
Sounds like a plan.
Because we will also actually have some francophone restreams for the brackets. I managed to get those set up with SGFR, so we get to see these guys in their native language eventually. Nice. Brackets, of course. Which I think they will, as long as they complete enough qualifiers. They're both quite good.
Okay, I stand corrected. Chickens are happening.
Yes, they are. For Ryu, at least. Keizo's off the ranch.
Where other chickens are happening.
Yep, double chickens. Which one pays out?
Simultaneous chicken.
And chat is having fun spamming, the Silver Gauntlets hammer chicken emote there. I do love that one. And we have ourselves our recovery heart and talons chickens. Well, that ain't it. Speaking of these guys both being francophone, they both have the French flag as their HUD colors, as you can tell. Bleu blanc rouge.
Well, there you go. I wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't have said something, but yeah, it makes plenty of sense.
I do see this sometimes with our French runners, and I just happen to notice, well, especially because Keizo picked up a blue recovery heart there. Roofman is useless. Malum gives us Serenade. Alright.
I mean, I'm certainly not opposed to picking up Serenade. It's not a terrible thing to have.
No, it can be a nice warp early, especially because Child Spawn is in northern Hyrule. In Graveyard, so getting to the south can be a pain at times.
Now the question is it faster to Serenade and take the owl, or just walk from Kakariko Village? To get to,
I think it's faster to walk, to take the owl, but it's close. I love though that Child Spawn is in Graveyard and Juice Chickens is dead. I love the Child Spawn in Graveyard, but they start with Nocturne. Brilliant. Very,
Yeah,
very redundant.
that sure is a thing. The good news is if you ever get to be Nightfall, you can immediately go check Dompe. You got that going for you. Alright, now it looks like Keizo is taking that Serenade and going to the lake, gonna get the Pierre set up, and perhaps might check some fishing time. He does have the money for it.
Yep. Ryu's heading for Kokiri. I did not catch where the letter spot was on Keizo's side. I know you could see it, but I'm really bad at it.
And apparently his Pierre song is the Goron's Lullaby.
Keizo does in fact also play Majora's Mask Randomizer.
Yeah, that makes plenty of sense. Like if you're very used to playing Majora's Mask, using the 8-note song from that is great.
Oh yeah, nice and easy to remember. Hey, big chest in Midos.
Ooh, neat. So the one I like to use is a approximation of the Duck song from Link to the Past.
Nice. And that big chest gives us Ruto's letter.
Alright.
First actual item of the scene, almost 5 minutes in.
Right, well, we got nuts at the fishing game, which, you know, we already had nuts, but they are the most powerful item in the game, so you can't really say it's bad. Oh man, all these things. I keep sitting here looking at people doing these run things and running off and not checking chess and keep forgetting, oh yeah, CSMC, chess size message contents, is a thing, and it's very confusing to me. I really gotta try one of these out.
They're good fun.
Looks like Fire Temple was foolish there. I did miss what Ryu got.
Oh, lovely. We both read the same hint. Whoopsies.
Oh, okay. You apparently saw it on the other side. Sounds good to me.
No, we both read the hint on Keizo's side and not the one on Ryu's side.
Oh. Rolling boulders, small key.
Water boss key chest?
Yeah, water boss key.
Yeah. So, chat, what was the first hit? What was the hit for Ryu? 40 dead? Thanks. So generally with CSMC, top runners like this will generally open chests that are on the way, up to until they get probably like 6 or 7 hearts generally, so they can, you know, not die too easily, and have some for like fire and water, for instance. And then they'll usually stop, especially if they found Choose or a bomb bag.
Alright, there is Ryu heading into Deku Tree. We've also got Keizo doing the same area, so get that taken care of. We have a small chest at the slingshot location, and also upstairs, so Ryu is piecing out.
Yep.
Oh, narrowly dodging that skull. there. I was thinking like, oh, that's gonna be close. Oh, we got a big chest in the side location here in the compass room, so who knows what we're gonna find. Oh, we got 2 big chests. Look at that. All day long. Okay, we got a wallet, which is not strictly required, though it does put that Goron tunic in logic. And we could grab that skull if we wanted. And fire arrows. Neat. Didn't it Wasteland this time? Anybody? And down to the basement as we fall down. Another nice skull hit there. Keizo taking the other direction around the back of the tree here.
Small chest in the basement of Deku. So a bit of a concern concerning that fire is foolish. They don't really need a wallet right now.
Yeah, there is that.
They really don't.
Very nice little B1 skip jump there from Ryu, who will be heading to the Goma fight. We will be exacting the number of cubic inches in a gallon to get in that door. A very nice one-cycle Goma from Ryukane. And that will be our first dungeon completion. But we don't know what the item is.
Yeah. We'll see if this reward is required or not.
No one has checked the pedestal yet. I mean, it's not required, but I'm not going to turn it down. It's a free bottle. Yes, please.
I mean, you're literally right there. No reason to not get it. And Deku gives us the Sapphire. Nice.
All right, two spiritual stones down. You'll note I took a long time to process exactly what word I needed to use for these things. Because I keep saying pendant or medallion. I'm like, come on. Anyway. 2 out of 3 stones.
Fortress is foolish.
So we will not be having the hammer on horseback archery like we did yesterday.
Nope. That was funny, thanks. So yeah, Deku providing a bunch of quality of life items, I guess, right now, really. Fires, wallet, and a bottle. Not the most required items in the world, but nice to have, I guess. Until, of course, it turns out to be a 50 skull, so you don't need that bottle.
This Ocarina minigame brought to you by the Oath to Order. Which was the last 5 notes of the Oath to Order.
Yeah.
Which there are only 6, so it's pretty nice. Anyway,
I thought it was Gerudo Fortress, but it might have been Valley Sibirna. Did anyone else catch it?
It was Fortress. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, I saw Fortress, so... And I don't see anything, so...
VXR also agrees it's Fortress, and I know VXR has pretty good eyes for hints, so I'll take that word.
Alright, Ryukane gonna go get the song at Saria. That is, of course, another quality of life improvement that was added to these settings, the free child Zelda situation.
Yep, pretty much standard in racing now, because no one really wants to spend 3 or 4 minutes every single scene just doing the Zelda check.
And it is, in fact, ZL, so that is, of course, one of the most important songs to pick up early.
Yeah, Shadow Trial 2 is dead.
Lol.
Not a bad
Shadow
hit,
Trial
honestly.
2 is Greg. Thank you very much.
Okay, correct. Thank you. Okay, thanks for the correction. But that's a good hint. Although that makes those fire arrows more interesting, I guess.
50 is dead, I believe.
Alright, so all the skulls are dead then. And Ice Cavern has a bonus song today.
Alright. There is a chance that that's relevant, especially since we found the Ruto's letter early. Could end up having to go get a Pona song in order to get a hook shot of some kind.
Or her big pose. Just because Fortress is foolish doesn't mean big poses. Or GTG.
Mm-hmm.
No Requiem in sight yet either, so that's not saying much at the moment.
Another 50
goals.
skull dead hint.
Yep. And Scrub is a scam. Thanks.
We achieved simultaneous checks there, despite people going different directions.
Yep. So redoing it at the end of his Lost Woods trip, gonna get his money back. I guess might as well. And Keizo gonna do so at the beginning of his trip through Lost Woods. No real time loss either way. Just different choices in routing. It's a good piece in the TARDIS.
Now, I understand that that's called the TARDIS, but it's not really bigger on the inside, so I don't understand.
It's something to do with time travel, because, you need to plan a being, which kind of time travels for that, usually. It's also just the fact that there was a scene back in, there was a race back in, I think, Season 2 days, where a runner known as 10th Doctor misidentified a boomerang in a box as being a stick.
Okay.
And, 10th Doctor, TARDIS, you get the idea.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
So it's a combination
of that's why. Never mind. Sorry, 10th Doctor, not 9th. My brain's dumb.
You're fine. Minuet there in the Composer Grave, or Royal Family Tomb. I just thought it was the Composer Grave, even if the hints say Royal Family Tomb.
Alright. Well, I mean, it would have been nice to be able to get this without having to go to the forest first, but you definitely had to.
Yep. Well, that's sometimes just how it goes. At least Adult can get back there quicker.
Hey,
Ooh.
big chest here. What do we got? Hey, slingshot.
Okay, sure. That's something, I guess.
Now that we've already been to the forest.
Yeah, that's the problem. Really unfortunate placement of things. You had to go to SFM as child to get ZL to get that, which is, well, it's going to be fun if that Woods target is required.
I mean, it's not terribly difficult to get back there.
No, it's just
we've
an isolated check.
We've got Minuet now, so it's a little easier that way. But you'll want to wait. Like, honestly, the only way I would want to go there is probably through the Goron City Warp. If I was in the area at the time.
Pretty much, if they route in Woods target, it will be with Child Goron City, but when will they route in Child Goron City? Who knows?
Yeah, good question. I'm sure that Ryu is going for, well, I was going to say for Castle here, but I don't know. Maybe.
Ranch.
Could have swore he already went to Ranch. Or maybe
No, that was Keizo. Ryu went straight to Kokiri. Keizo went to Ranch.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. For some reason, I thought he went after picking up the chickens, but I was mistaken.
Yeah. Mini event incoming for Keizo. The next, it'll probably a trip to adult after this for our runners, since they really didn't find much in child. They've got Riddle's letter, a bottle, one slingshot, and fire arrows, which really is not a lot. We can't do anything with letter. The other bottle doesn't do anything really either. Fire arrows are totally useless, and I got a couple songs, I guess, but that's about it.
Alright, I'm gonna step away for just a minute, but I'll be right back.
No worries. And yeah, this slingshot is also currently very out of logic. Behind magic and either bow or dins, so they don't care about the split target for now. Keizo's hitting at flame storage as Ryu gets the tree skull and ranch. And there's a slingshot for Keizo, who is going to play Serenade now, and this will be a market play.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. We were discussing whether or not walking out of the graveyard from spawn or Serenade would be faster, but in this case you would have had to walk out of the Composer Grave, so this is slightly faster than dealing with the Composer Grave.
Oh, definitely. Looks like we might be seeing similar play from Ryu, though he's probably actually going to do the child lake things. Well, maybe not.
We'll see. I mean, this angle doesn't tell us it. Doesn't confirm it either way yet. And that looks like he'll just go back adult. Well, go to market and then probably adult as well.
Alright, time to shoot some rupees.
Yep. Very nice aim from Keizo. Gets him a rupee. Thanks. Picking up the key and mask on Ryu's side as Keizo reads a hint at Haro Castle. Fortress is still foolish, thanks.
Yup.
Can we get the way of a hero or something?
Well, I imagine we'll probably get one here.
Probably. Let's see. Water boss key. Frog's dead.
Frog's 2 dead.
SOT at Prelude.
Skull Mash is slingshot. So, no way the hero yet, but
yeah.
What that does tell us is that there is a slingshot in Logic.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about that slingshot that we got out of Logic messing with us.
Yeah. Frog's still dead, always a nice hit to have. Alright, let's see. Shadow is the light medallion, water, Spirit, EC, Jabu, and fire. Foolish spirit medallion fire. Thank you, game. Much appreciated.
Good job.
Great. So, of course, Polsky's gonna be on Hammer Chest. There's Bolero and Minuet. Yeah, we always know, whenever it's foolish fire that's required, you're going to end up needing to dig for the boss key, because the game likes to do that.
And speaking of fire, Kaiser just grabbed the Bolero fire.
It's a heart piece in the volcano. And Song of Storms in the crater is a good find.
Yeah, I think that might have been a strength upgrade there. It
might have been. I'll admit I'm bad at it.
Like, I know what color it was, and my brain thought it was a skull, but I'm like, this isn't Skull Sandy.
Bigoron's dead, alright. Oh, you meant strength on the wall. I could have thought it was a heart piece on the volcano, but
yeah, it was a heart piece in the volcano. On the wall, yeah. Before that.
Because I was not looking at the wall. Whoops.
Okay, so we're going for that small chest there.
Getting a heart piece for his troubles. Where are the way of the heroes? That is honestly a really good question. We're checking the adult spawn here. Yeah, we have no way of the heroes and no salt and no items, honestly, at 25 minutes. Brilliant game. Brilliant. Okay. It's our adult spawn.
I mean, close enough.
Yeah, pretty much French vanilla. At least it's a quick trip back to Ganon's. Because they did not have a quick trip to Ganon's yesterday. Yeah, that is definitely a strength on the wall, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna dip fire here just to see if the boss key is in the first check. I mean, might as well. No.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit unnecessary if you know that it's foolish, but I mean, what do I know?
I also don't remember. He definitely did check open ground. Is that a small key or a big key in the big key chest? I can't tell.
Small.
Okay. Oh, he was prelude. So yeah, you could get that. I don't know how many people didn't get prelude yesterday. And that's a fair point. I'm not sure if Ryu saw the foolish fire hint. I was trying to remember if he had, but I don't think he checked open grotto and field. And that is not the boss key. Alright. Boss key is not next to Volvagia, and it's not vanilla. Windmill Song is Requiem. Yeah. Our required dungeons today are, Forest is our final stone, Jabu and Fire are our two Shadow and Spirit medallions. Not too bad a layout so far on it. Not too bad a layout, honestly. Just a bit rude that Foolish Fire is required. And, unfortunately, we do not have hidden commands on SpeedGaming channels. We don't have any anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, our 5 Way of the Hero hints so far are, and I'm done.
Yeah, we literally haven't seen a Way of the Hero hint yet, which is kind of concerning. It would help if they got explosives, to be fair. A lot of hints are explosive blocks, and we have 0 right now. Nope, Case didn't get man on roof earlier. Rerouted that in with his chicken collecting, so Case is doing that now. Ryu is doing donkey race. Yeah, we might have less than 5 wave heroes with this layout of rewards too. Because there's not that many required items. They already have Ruto's letter. We need a hammer, and then a bow. We couldn't find one of them. There's 3 bows and 3 strengths, of course. That's pretty ambiguous there.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, they have not checked back the Lake. They've had other things to do. It's really rare to check back Lake, usually.
We just need,
And,
like, hook shot again, I think is the other thing.
yeah. A piece on top of DC.
And I think, I don't know if you mentioned it, but I think we still need Boomerang as well.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it. Yeah, we do. DMT Storm's here for Keizo, who's also going to peek this wall, which is a small chest. All right. We may or may not be mildly running out of things to do, actually. No hookshot, no explosives. We're starting to look a little dry here as we find another small chest. And Kokiri is way of the hero for that Ruto's letter. Thanks. Brilliant.
Excellent. Although it could be whatever's in the grotto.
It could.
But we don't know for sure.
No, adult spawn is in market. Ryu is checking the Colossus now. Makes sense. Hey, it's nighttime. We can see if this is we can clearly see if this is a heart piece or bloopy. Keizo's just gonna go back child, having found not much in adult 1 either. I think the well is probably his next play.
That is Ferrari's wind.
I was gonna say 30 skulls is still a heart container, so we're not seeing anything new on that front. Alright. Or nothing. What's the song here? Sun song. So, Burning Cack and OOT have Saria song and Prelude. In some combination, because we also haven't seen a Burning Cack hint. I don't know what your autocorrect prototype there either. Let's see what Sunsong Grave has for Ryu. And this will be Richard, and then probably Dompe digging for Keizo, because it's now nighttime.
Seems legit.
Nothing in the Sunsong Grave yet. And Richard gives us 26. I mean, he's not bad, but also there's better things to find. 32 minutes in, we still have no real items besides Ruto's letter. We have a zillion songs, we can't do much with those songs.
Yeah. I honestly, though, prefer this situation to yesterday's, where we got so many things at the start and had just a million different directions to go in.
Nothing on Dompe digging, so this will be the well for Keizo. It is the most checked density location right now. No bombs, so they can do quite a bit here.
Just rush ice, that does seem accurate, given what we know.
I mean, we can't even hurt. We can't access domain as either age. No ZL, no hover boots, no scale even for child.
I mean, we do have ZL.
No, now we have ZL. So I guess Adel can get into domain. Never mind, I'm a scatterbrain, but Total Song not is the most useful of songs right now, especially with Fortress Foolish, so well. Might want to also it's out of logic, so they may want to wait on that for now. Kaizo's gonna get some more skulls here in Night Cat. Apologies for me being a scatterbrain. I did not catch how many skulls that was for him.
6.
Because reading the Kokiri Wave the Hero and probably giving a bit of an eye roll at that, because yes, I think Rudo's letter is Wave the Hero for Shadow Medallion Jabu. I really needed to know that today. Thanks, game. We're gonna get the skull here, but cannot actually do anything else in Goron City. Has no way of blowing up Link the Goron, so he is out. Kaizo will be at 10 out of CAC here, so we'll see what 10 skulls is. But I'm starting to wonder, where is our progression anyway at this point?
I mean, we're running low on actual checks at this point.
We really are. Good chance it's in the well. We have, let's see, we've got Gerudo Valley, Crate, and Heart Piece. 20 skulls should be in Logic. So it's gotta be close on that. I'm not even 100% sure, to be honest, with just the bottle and no other items. Red Rupee on 10 skulls is not our progression item. Yeah, we've got...
Kaizo doesn't beeline it for the well here. I don't know what he's doing. There we go.
Yep, he's going. But yeah, so I've got... It's probably in the well. There could, let's see, Valley, Hallowed Spirit's a thing. We do have a slingshot for a couple checks in there. Yeah, not much. River Grotto is in Logic with Azadul with no items. And
one of the biggest pains about the well right now is, since we don't have bombs, it's you're gonna have to take a significant chance that there might be something in those bomb lock locations too.
All three are peekable, but it does require knowing how to peek them, because they are not the most intuitive of peeks. I think there was a small chest there on that, probable over on Keizu's side, because if it's a big chest, it sticks out through like the rubble there.
Yeah, I figured. Bless you.
Thank you. Got a bit of a sniffle, sorry. Big Pose is our third bottle, alright. And there's the strength upgrade. In the, Kokiri Storm's Grotto.
Uh-huh. So like we said, it could have been Way of the Hero for that.
Yep.
Though it would require that the others all be locked behind it.
Nice eye drops and the last slingshot. Eye drops on Wood's target as Kaizo gets the final slingshot in the well. Lovely game.
Alright, we got Dead Hand and Steve.
And that's the key. That, currently it's funny, but to me, the Strengthened Crater is actually currently locked behind the Strengthened Kokiri because we don't have any other way of blowing up Link the Goron right now.
Yep. And there's no other way of reaching that wall. You couldn't climb up due to the lack of explosive.
Yep, and no hovers or hookshot to get from the Bolero Warp Head either.
Yeah. Though I guess another possibility would be if somehow you got the hammer, you can get rid of those boulders as an adult and climb from the outside. But it's a mess.
It really is. It is We'll have to see, but that is some interesting possibilities for logic.
Is strength pot in logic for these settings? That is a good question.
It is not.
It is not. Okay.
And that's it for Keizo in the well. He found the slingshot. And that's it.
Yeah, so that Kikiri Storm's Grotto is really the only reasonable progression we found.
And it tells us to, what, go DC? Get that strength from Crater? There's not that much it gives us either.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't strength technically give you a way to stop Link the Goron?
Yes, it does. And that's how we can get into Crater, is to stop Link the Goron. Yeah, 39 minutes in, we know of all 3 slingshots. We know of 3 of our 4 bottles. We've seen 2 strength upgrades. The final bombable chest there is a small key, nice peek from Ryu. And we're just we just don't have items right now. Strengths only get us so far, though the Spirit Boulders room isn't. Well, no, the Spirit Boulders room isn't even in logic because we don't have an adult projectile.
Beautiful.
Not a sentence I have to say very often, but we literally don't have a way to hit the switch as adult.
I'm not going to elaborate on what my brain thought when I heard adult projectile, but never mind.
You're fine. We do have all 3 slingshots though as child, so we can do child spirit for 2 checks. Only 2 checks though, because we don't have again an adult projectile. So well, logic.
Logic trademark.
Also, this scene, we were discussing how the reward layout's pretty nice. The item layout isn't.
Interesting. You can do most of that peeking you were talking about from over here on the west chest area. Kind of like it.
And there's Ryu getting his, well, what he knows to getting another slingshot. He knows of all 3 now and is now probably rolling his eyes at this scene, giving them all the slingshots. No bows, no bomb bags, no magic meters, and no hook shots. They would even the scale would be appreciated right now with the item placements.
Alright, so Keizo is now dealing with child spirit.
And both chests are small, I think, so he's just going to get out of there.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Looks like it. Yeah, so I think DC is probably the most item dense location we have left.
It's their only location, really. I mean, because the Strength 2 is available on Crater Wall, but it functionally does nothing right now. They have no other dungeon access. I mean, they can do Gerudo Valley as child.
Yeah, Child Valley is a thing.
But it's also just so out of the way, too, is the thing.
It is. Especially given that you have, what's it called?
Serenade.
The Serenade already, yeah. So if you were going to go do Child Lake, that's... A lot of times, the reason I would do early Child Gerudo is because I want to do Child Lake as well. And if you've got Serenade, that just mitigates that reasoning.
Note from chat, yes, you can actually buy bomb shoes in the wasteland without a bomb bag. That might be an idea to go buy shoes and then go to DC.
That might be what Keizo's doing. He did just farm up for 200 rupees, and I don't see him taking the time to spend money on a Goron tunic. So
yeah, not for Foolish Fire right now. At least he doesn't. Ryu's gonna go.
I've never actually bought those shoes, but they do cost 200, right?
We do not, in fact, allow child Gerudo Fortress. That is banned, as Ryu finds a small chest with a heart piece in it in the wall. If that had been some bomb shoes, that would have been amazing for Ryu. As it is, though, he's out of there, and I think this is a DC play from Keizo. Child Fortress is only allowed if you spawn on that side of the valley or in Fortress as a child. Otherwise, you're getting DQ'd for it. I still can't tell what the letter spot is on Ryu's side. Is that some elemental arrows of some type? I actually can't tell. It looks like there was some kind of item that was kind of bright colored. Got like that shimmery look that blue, like rupees and like the elemental arrows have. I'm not actually sure what it is because they both peeked it from afar while swimming there, and it's really, really hard to tell what that item is. Man, this is just snooze right now.
It does tend to do that when we're out of checks, but we do see Keizo now headed for DMT. Gonna do some DC checks here.
Yeah, no, I did realize one thing that I did remember. One of the things Strength 2 does give us, and that is we can go to the Goron City Maze with Strength 2. It's really, really slow with just Strength 2, but you can do it. It's just gonna take a bit.
That is a thing I keep forgetting about. Strength 2, of course, giving us allowing us to lift those silver rocks. So it's like you have a boulder maze, but when you have this Strength 2, it's not really a maze so much as just a mess of junk in your way.
Pretty much. And you have to lift up a whole bunch of them to get to there. But yeah, DC, Goron City Maze, Link the Goron. Insert comment about Qual 1. Ah, yes, Qual 1 Magic Meter was a fun thing. Recovery card on Link the Goron, but that does give us greater access from this side. Because playing Galera, we got some stuff right now. Ryu picking up some more skulls.
Ryu's actually planting bugs at this point. Because we're so low on checks, 20 skulls is now in people's mind. It's great.
It has to be. I think it is just barely in logic. It's not by much, by the way. Our dungeon access is that limited. And I guess Keizo is, in fact, buying that Goron tunic. Alright.
Well, I stand corrected. I guess maybe it like the way it is right now, it would be he would be hard pressed just to get to that strength.
That's true, yeah. 10 skulls was a rupee.
I mean, I know you can probably get to the wall location on 32 seconds if you fill up your hearts, but I wouldn't, wish that on anyone. And yeah, Keizo is going for the maze, apparently.
I mean, it makes sense. What else are you doing with things? Yes,
Crying?
20 Skulls is in logic with some wiggle room. Not the most I've ever seen, but there is some wiggle room on that strength. And the 20 Skulls. Yeah, that's it. 20 Skulls is very much a thing. Priya might be doing that play we're discussing about buying bomb shoes. I don't actually know how many rupees he has right now. I did not check. We'll see in a moment. Yep, that's bomb shoes. I mean, that's a smart play, honestly. You still don't have explosives or a hookshot 48 minutes in. You have to be
So
thinking.
Keizo managing to get through the maze with just 3 or just 5 lifts. And there we go. There's our bomb bag. And there was a foolish hint there. I didn't quite see what it
Fire
was.
foolish.
Fire again? Okay.
By the way, that's a terrible spot for first bomb bag.
Oh, that's beautiful. But, I mean, we can go do DC now if we want to. There's plenty of things we can do. I think Keizo looks like he's going to go for the grotto in the...
I think so. And also the fairy at the top. Fairy at the top as well, Bob.
Right. Some fairy. Maybe also get the hint stone.
I think you'll get the hint. Because you're still missing 4 Way of the Heroes, 49 minutes in you want to do it.
Ice is
in logic.
Yep.
Yes, it is. That's GTG access. I mean, GTG Stalfos could have our first hookshot at the rate we're going. Big Post is still a milk bottle thing.
I believe we saw ice being, or the item on the volcano was just a heart piece, but don't hold me to it.
It is a heart piece, yes.
Oh yeah, Kane's going for those chews. Very nice.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense, as noted earlier.
Alright, so Keizo did not go for the hint stone inside in the wall. That's what I was thinking about with the hint stone. Alright, so 1 ZL. Okay, so trying to cross the wasteland there. Bootsless in reverse. Very nice from Ryukane.
That was nicely done indeed, as we find that 40 Skulls is still dead. Where are these Way of the Heroes? Game? You know, I promise they exist in this scene, they just don't seem to be showing up.
And now, I just learned how to get that skull without the hammer.
Yeah, backflip.
That's way easier than it looks. or
it
than
is.
I thought it was going to be.
By the way, is that a big chest or a small chest of hammer rocks? I could not tell.
I could not tell either.
Abiran thought it was big. Okay. And Euros confirms it. Yeah, I was thinking it might have been big. Valley Crate is,
Looked like a blue to me.
Yeah.
Alright, welcome to the Dongos Cavern. This is not a strictly required dungeon. The light medallion is the reward here. However, there are plenty of items available in here and very few items available elsewhere, so...
Yeah, Loveland Ranch Foolish for Serenade. Gee, thank you. Crater is Way of the Hero for Strength 2. Also, thank you. Very nice game. Very nice.
Hey,
yeah, that's a magic
meter.
in the waterfall.
Yeah.
It'll be useful eventually.
Yeah. So if you had, by some miracle, done early Child Gerudo, you could have had that, but it really wouldn't have done you a whole ton of good.
Nope. The crater item is... The volcano item is a heart piece here, those. Keizo's hearts are blue, and I think his overworld models are as well.
Yo,
nice.
Ice Arrow. What's up? Well, if that's an elemental arrow at the bottom of the lake, it's lights. So
yeah, I think it might be lights on the letter spot, honestly, because I thought it might have been yellow, but I wasn't 100% sure. It looked like either elemental arrows or a rupee of some type.
So we thought we saw a heart piece on the volcano earlier, though. there's some confusion in chat about what that might have been, so maybe it's different than what we saw.
It is notoriously difficult to identify freestanding items. Reded Grotto and DC Compass Chest, both giving us more money. Okay, game, sure.
Keizo gets to fill that wallet back up. Might be able to go get some chews later, but chews are less important for someone who has a bomb bag.
Indeed. Ryu will also be picking up that bomb bag soon. He's heading up that a ways now. He knows there's nothing else to do.
That was a heck of a first logical bomb bag, let me tell you.
I know, right? Kokiri Forest and Death Mountain Crater both wave the hero for strength upgrades to get your first bomb bag from the Goron City Maze, because it was one of the only funded effects in the game. Like, I think we were legit. That might have been a literal last location for us on a restream, actually, outside of River Grotto. Or near last location outside of River Grotto in Valley at that point, because we'd seen everything else. Which is saying something. Yeah, Hammer must also be locked behind that one bomb bag, as must the other strength upgrades and the bows. Storms is in DMC, which locks the strength in Kokiri as well, so that's Critter and Kokiri both double wave the hero effectively. Critter Wall was the second strength. First strength was Kokiri Storm's Grotto. And we're slowly starting to progress. But I would not be surprised if we find a bow or something on King Dodongo here. We know that Strength 1 is most likely a wave the hero in Kokiri behind the storms and crater, probably to get Strength 2 from the crater to go get the first bomb back from the Goron City Maze. But that requires that entire logic chain lock every single bomb bag and all the other bomb bags, all the bows, the hammer, and the strength upgrade.
So
and third strength.
Let's talk a little bit about Keizo's game knowledge here, because that was kind of insane. So, and maybe this is just common knowledge and I'm just an idiot, but so what he does is he goes into the back there to refill his bombs off of that pot. What he does is he breaks the pot, doesn't pick up the bomb upgrade, moves to the next room so it loads that and unloads the pot, but doesn't unload the drop. And so he goes back, breaks the pot again, gets another drop, and picks up both for a 10 bomb refill there. I love it. It's very mild and very small advantage there, but just knowing about that is insane, and I love it.
It's not super obscure, but it is one of those little things that you learn. You only really learn when someone tells you, because it's not obvious. Yeah, Kokiri is confirmed wave the hero for the letter, guaranteed. It is most likely so wave the hero for that strength upgrade. He's just gonna turn in the eye drops just to get rid of it. Basically, Big Goron is dead. Might have been Hurricane or something I don't actually remember.
He's turning in the eye drops. I love it.
Yeah, to get rid of the timers and whatnot. And I think this was a hurt. And DC, by the way, a snooze. Yep. DC had ice arrows, and I think that's it.
That sounds about right.
So we're back to what to do next mode.
Yeah. How close is Keizo to 20?
Not super close, I think.
I think if he'd have gone out of his way in DC to pick up some more skulls, he might have been fairly close. This is probably Zora Grotto, and maybe just heading to ice.
I think so at this point. You know that the bombs put ice in logic and not much else. And you might as well go here before GTG, since you know that ice logically lacks GTG. You could skip ice and just head straight for GTG, but at the same time, GTG without a hookshot, hover boot,
I mean, hookshotless GTG is a thing that can be done. It is not fun. Actually, it is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
But like, it doesn't hurt to try and follow logic a bit. As Ryu finds his first bomb bag.
Well, we got some shoes just sitting there on the pillar.
Fun.
I'm certainly not opposed to free chews. So I think it's a heck of a thing to try to get there with that, like, as an adult right now. I mean, maybe it's possible. I don't know.
Shoutouts, by the way, to 58-minute first bomb bag for Ryu.
Another Lon foolish hint there at the Zora Grotto.
Yeah. Did Kaizo read the plateau hint, or did he just run right past it?
No, he just pieced the heck out.
Ah, okay. I would not have done that because you're still missing many of the heroes at this point. I think I've only got one copy each of Kokiri and Crater so far. I could be wrong on the Kokiri one. And he's skipping the upper river hint.
Yep. I think he's going with everybody's favorite axiom from yesterday, just rush ice.
I think so.
He's drinking that potion in order to free up space for blue fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm confused as to why Kaizo just skipped both hints there. Also, happy 1 hour, everyone. It's been a somewhat slow hour, so we're starting to pick up a little bit as we see. Hey,
oh really? What in the world would have given you that impression?
I think ice might be way of the hero. I mean, what else are they going to do anyway? There is something in there there is an item in there because, as noted by Siberian, ice Eponus was hinted there. So, I mean, I don't know how useful I would call it BXR considering it was sitting outside Ice Cavern.
I forgot that the way of the hero hints can't refer to things that were otherwise already hinted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so there is a heart piece on the iceberg. We're going to do a quick dive down. I couldn't tell what that was.
No clue at all. Cat? But yeah, I don't think that Ice Wave the Hero...
tell what that was.
I don't either. But yeah, Chad, I don't know how useful that Ice Wave the Hero is, considering you're probably going to get it on the way to Ice Cavern. At which point, well, it's like, yeah, thank you. The place where I'm going is in fact Wave the Hero. Alright, I was going to do it anyway, but thanks for confirming.
Good job.
Yeah, Ice it looks to be the only good play right now, so... I mean, where else are you going? Hookshotless, boneless, GTG?
Let me tell you, if somebody at the beginning of this just rushed Ice for the memes after Ruto's letter, good job.
Yeah, honestly, you might win this scene by doing that. Because, this is just such a dry and linear scene. Oh my goodness. Either way, let's do it at the hour. Just over the hour mark here, let's shout out to our two runners on Restream, Ryu and Kaizo, to my co-com Bob, and to our tracker Siberian. Also, yes, Tiris, a known ice lover, is in this race. Wonder how he's holding up.
Interesting that Ryu decided not to even check the chest at the end of the bridge.
You can actually peek it from various places, but I don't know if he did.
Okay, maybe he did. I don't know.
That is a big chest on the map, chest and ice here for Kizo.
Yep, so that could very well be it.
Very well, this is, as Steph notes in chat, a good chance it's a hook shot. And chat confirms also that Ryu did peek that from the first
Oh,
floor.
Dins.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Dins?
That could mean something in Shadow Temple.
We do already have fire arrows.
Yeah.
We don't have a bow yet.
It could just be that all the bows are locked behind fire in some way. That'd be hilarious.
It could. Shadow Temple has the light medallion today. They don't want to go there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see something like Boomerang in there though, because Boomerang is so it's basically Ice Rod, right?
Yeah, it kind of is, yeah.
Theoretically, Mirror Shield is closer to Ice Rod because you only use it for one check and you use it to defeat a fire and ice themed boss, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, though, nothing in the compass chest or the freestanding item for Keizo, so Iron Booth chest or didn't? And the thing is, too,
with that Ice Cavern Way the hero hint, you know for sure that the item other than Epona's song in here, if there's only one, that is blocking something that logically is needed to beat this game. So you
keep in mind too, Spirit is the fire medallion, Shadow is the light medallion. We might not need a fire source to beat this seed, which is extra concerning.
Yup.
Like, why is the game telling us a fire source is way of the hero? Keizo gets frozen and then blown up and then blows himself up as a result. But yeah, because we have seen the Composer Grave chest, but that was only our slingshot, and we've seen both of the other slingshots. So it's not that in any fashion at all. This scene is getting spicy.
So I find Keizo's
were Sphere Zero and Deku Tree, Compass Room. So
I've seen many different setups for ground jumps, and Keizo's is not one of the ones I've seen. So
yeah, but the thing is too, sure, fire arrows you require a bow to be available, but then where are the bows is another question.
Precisely.
Hey, bro, in chat. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. Bro, spoilers, did in fact choose to forfeit this seed. That's Din's way of the hero. Brilliant game. Brilliant. Yeah, hi, bro. Welcome in. Where were you at when you forfeited this mess? It might be Spirit key logic, but Spirit's the fire medallion, and we probably don't need Burning Cap. It's only Sarios or Prelude.
Alright, so turns out that is a 10 chew pack for Ryukane there on Zora's River.
Yeah. So yeah, Din's way of the hero. What for? Good question.
First hook shot and hover boots chest. I don't know.
Whereas hover boots becomes the question then.
Well, you don't need hover boots for hover boots chest. Oh wait, yes you do.
If first hook shot isn't there,
if it's first hook shot, yeah, you're right. I'm a dumb. Hi.
Hello,
my name's Bob, and I'm a dumb. Spirit Temple Way of the Hero. There we go.
Hero. Keizo skipped that hint earlier.
He sure did.
Crater is still Way of the Hero, thanks, Boulder of Destiny. We really needed to know that the strength of Raging Storms are.
In order to proceed within Spirit, we need an adult projectile, like you were talking about.
Which has to be bow, or which is okay. Upper's River Hint is just a Skull Mask copy. And
though I guess you could.
No, Ryu just decided to bail out of ice.
Oh no.
He doesn't have the Ice Wave, the hero hint, and unfortunately, well, it depends on how recorded Din's is.
Is that a Zora tunic sitting there at the?
Yeah, I saw something blue. It's either a Zora tunic or a scale. I did not catch which.
Yeah, it looked like a Zora
But yeah, I
tunic. It was
started
definitely
thinking,
solid.
alright, Zora tunic it is. But yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for Ryu, although we don't know why. A spirit weighted hero does increase the chances that Dens is for spirit key logic, but keep in mind, we don't know where our bows are. Our bows are most likely all bomb bag locked, which is itself not surprising at this point, but we do have our way of heroes for Crater and Kokiri to think about.
Speaking of bomb
Ryu's
bag
gonna get
locked,
Ryu's gonna get really, really mad about Spirit being key locked.
yeah, he is.
Because
Keizu's
it's
going for some of these
remote.
bomb locked locations here in Hyrule Field. He's not even reading the hint. You
Keizo's just
have
oh, he realized. I was like, Keizo, hello? And Frogs 2 is dead. Well, okay. Yeah, Keizo did remember the hint this time. I guess he might have been trying to save a bit of time in the river hints, but there's no reason to skip the remote grotto hint when you're already right there.
Ryu planted some more bugs here. Again, approaching the 20 skull mark here. We're at 16.
Yeah, that's yeah, we are. They both should know the bomb chew strat to get to do adult to hit the switch in adult spirit. It's kind of finicky, but I think they both know it.
And it's
Doesn't
definitely out
help
of
me a lot.
logic, but
Oh, it is something they could do.
yo,
There's a
Rang, what's up?
boomerang. All right.
Hello, Boomerang.
Well, I guess we know where Keizo's going next.
Yeah, could definitely go to Jabu soon.
I mean, where else are you going?
I mean, he's on Epona, so I'm assuming GTG.
Well, I guess yeah, he can check some checks here and then probably go off to Jabu. Jabu itself, though, beating it does not unlock anything as the Shadow Medallion. And Ryu has realized that Spirit is hard adult locked and is probably not happy with the seed. It's been a mess of a seed, honestly. Our win conditions are 3-stone bridge, and the Ganon's Castle boss key is on the light arrow cutscene behind the Shadow and Spirit medallions.
Yeah, so in total, you need the 3 spiritual stones, and then you also need Shadow and Spirit medallions. So the other medallions, Forest, Water, Fire, would only be required if there's an important song on Burning Cack, or the Forest one itself could be for the song at the temple, which I believe was Song of Time.
I think Keizo's just going to Fortress because he thinks that this is a good, just because he's already on the way here. We have seen the well, Zeph. It is a whole lot of nothing. There was a slingshot in there. That was about it. That was one of the things they did in trying to figure out where the heck their progression was. That did not end up being it. But yeah, I would seriously consider Boomerang because we do know that the strength creator is currently looking to be Way of the Hero basically for strength 2 at this point.
Whoa! There's a hammer on the second Chew Bowling run.
Yep. So yeah, every single method of blowing up Lake the Goron and the hammer must all be bomb locked. Well, that is in fact bomb locked. Thanks.
Good job, game.
Yep.
You rolled this, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Alright, everyone needs to start blaming Star for all of this.
I will post my Star CD vote in chat. As we get a small key on the GTG Stalfos.
Alright, time for some hookshotless GTG. This is kind of a hilarious thing. The idea being you pick up 4 of the 5 silver rupees, and then you let the Wallmaster pick you up into the last one, and you pick it up kind of basically right as the void out happens. It's really hilarious.
Yep.
That should have worked. Like, we don't have Keizo's audio on here, but it was it looked about correct.
Yep, and yeah, there was a slingshot in the well, but the other two but there's a really available one on Skull Mask.
But that's not all there is to this trick. You got to get through this fire, too.
Yep. Nicely done.
Yeah, the trick, you want to be sort of at a 45-degree angle there, and moving fairly quickly at just the right time to get through there. Keizo going for the multi-kill strat with the Wolfos here while he pushes the block. I actually kind of love that. I had never considered pushing the block while fighting the things, but sounds good.
He here.
Now, in order to get through that door, he is going to need to do another ground jump to reach this area, because otherwise, again, you would need a hook shot.
Yep.
Ground jump is, of course, the one kind of glitch that's like not allowed in glitchless categories that is allowed in the standard rule set. There might be a couple more, but
Flame Storage is the other.
Yeah, Flame Storage.
Fire is foolish, and that's a BGS, which is alright, but they would like an actual hookshot by now, thank you.
Yeah, certainly not opposed to that.
Yeah. Our foolishes are Fire Fortress and Ranch. One of the most helpful set in the world as we see a key in the like room and not much else.
Now, unfortunately, we can't do the bow chest here due to, lack of bow.
Yeah. So Keizo's gonna have to bypass these two chests and go check out the fire ring room.
Has Ryu still not found the Fire Foolish hint?
I don't think he has. It's an open grotto, and I don't. No, he should have seen it. No, because it's a Goron City maze, and that was next to his bomb bag, so he should have it by now. He might just be looking for the boss key.
Yeah.
He doesn't though have a way to get up. He doesn't have a fairy. I don't know if he has enough chews to do the chew strat on full. 15 might be cutting it close. Welcome in, SpeedGaming 6, rating the party of 156. Welcome into our raiders. We have ourselves here the 5th Ocarina of Time Randomizer SpeedGaming Live Qualifier, as Keizo gets his 4th key in the enemies.
Hello.
And F says, okay, Ryu does have enough chews for it. Well, I thought he did, but this might take him a couple of tries to get it. I think it might be 10, I forget. He should be okay, but he will want to save before he starts fighting Volv. And that's assuming he finds his boss, because it doesn't matter. Yeah, the other thing is...
you could, if you so desired, and you wanted to be real careful. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Don't pay any attention to me. I was going to be like, you could get some fairies here. Oh, right, you need like a hook shot or some hover boots or whatever.
Yeah,
which
which Ryu most definitely does not have, as he gets another small key.
Accurate. Now, that is enough keys to reach the boulder maze.
Yes, it is. There are...
He's going to be kind of cutting it close on the time here to reach there, but it's not going to be that bad.
There's 3 keys on the right side of GGG. Wowee!
That's an awful lot of keys.
No, hitting the Switch and Adult Spirit with bombs is a trick. I did in fact double check. Are there any big chests in this maze? It's not the center chest, I can tell that much, but I'm really bad at telling.
I don't see any.
Keizo did not bother picking up the third key in the maze, so he assumes he doesn't need it. He has better eyes than I do, so I'll go with him on that.
But there is a big one upstairs.
Big chest on GTG Pier.
The other magic upgrade, which we know one of them is at the waterfall location in the Gerudo Valley, so I'm not really expecting Keizo to get that other magic upgrade, not gonna lie.
I don't think so either. He's going to go for Wasteland here, by the way, because that's a Din's equip.
Oh yeah, like we said, that Din's, being a Way of the Hero item, could just be pointing toward that chest. Who knows? That could be first.
He's gonna check out Valley first. Yeah, it could. He's gonna check out Valley first. Makes sense. And then
I believe we said there was a big chest on the hammer chest here in Valley, so Ryu, having picked up that hammer, could very well see that.
Yep, and Din's was in Way of the Hero Waste Cavern. We don't know what for yet. It might be for Wasteland. Because we're still in... What even is our logic? Because the thing is, our bombs would have to lock both hook shots, hover boots, all three bows, all three, both of the other bomb bags, strength 3, and the hammer, and which we have.
Keizo making a liar out of me immediately.
Oh no, Ryu is out of lock, is bow locked in fire. No, it is not. I don't believe it is T, because the hitting the switch is with choose is not in logic because it's rather finicky. I did double check.
And it's not in logic because your, choose are not considered in logic.
Yeah, well, bomb bag would put choose in logic for that kind of thing, but yeah, they can actually. Right. But in this case, the trick is not enabled. Colossus Fairy here for Keizo.
I was like, what the? Wow, you weren't kidding about the finicky part. I was like, that went right through the silly thing.
Yeah, that is why that is not in logic by default. Ryu has literally no method of getting this chest, but we'll peek it to see if it's big.
My guess is small key. I win.
They might well be hookshot locked on the Spirit Temple by that key at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, that just means we're going to find hookshot right here just to taunt us.
Probably. Although then it becomes a question of where the bow is. Is it in logic with just bomb bag? I could have sworn it's not. And that's a key.
Alright, Wasteland chest is small. He is going to go ahead and pick it up.
I mean, you're right there. But yeah, nope. Let me go dig out the logic files again, because I could have sworn using bombs for that switch is not in logic.
It says bomb bag or hook or bow.
Does it? I might be misreading it someplace.
Interesting. That is what Bro says.
Early Adult Spirit Temple.
Alright, small keys for days over here for Ryu.
Well, no. So, early Spirit Temple, early adult right chest, it requires, this chain of things I'm going to just go copy-paste. 2 keys in adult climb means those are our 4th and 5th keys. Thanks,
bombs and logic spirit lower adult switch, so that does in fact mean it's a trick that you have to enable, which I believe we did not go out of the way to enable that particular trick.
We did not. I did not go off the rails with wacky tricks.
Okay, so we are not technically in logic here.
No, that is, by the way, in fact, from 6.0.127, the build that the seed was rolled on. I promise you, I know what I'm looking at. Well, you gave me a bit of concern there. I was like, someone's goofed, and I'm not sure which. But, okay, we know now. Alright, Keizo's back child, though, while we are discussing Spirit Temple,
Right.
as we see Child climb. Has our iron boots.
Okay. Well, that sure is an item.
Spirit Way of the Hero, Forest Mud Water?
No,
No,
Are you
seriously.
trying to make me want to vomit? Because I will.
That is, by the way, not in logic. Yeah, they've gone to the well, there was a slingshot, and nothing else. I hope that sends it back to ice, maybe, but yeah. There's the other Shadow Trial 2 hint in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto.
Really needs to get it back to ice, unfortunately.
Yeah, Iron's Way of the Hero.
Ooh, are we gonna get Shrimp Pot?
I think we will. Ryu does not have way of doing the torches in Spirit, so we won't be seeing those chests. Thank you for saving.
Good call.
And a heart piece on Hot Rodder is not helping. Azo just gonna save a bit of time. He has double magic and Dins. Don't bother going into the Runius room as we find that the spirit right hand.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa! Speaking of out of logic plays paying off, my goodness. What have you done?
That is an amazingly bad spot for first hook shot. Also very much out.
How about this first hook shot? Goron Pot with the actual in logic hook shot.
Alright,
I feel like we're gonna have a very quick convergence of routes. What do you think?
I think we well, no, Case is gonna go do Jabu first.
Yeah,
oh yeah, that hookshot on the Goron Pot's been available since forever. Oh my goodness, game. And yes, both of those hookshots are in fact bomb locked. We don't have Waxed Way of the Heroes there, but Longshot and Iron Boots are in Way of the Heroes Spirit Temple. I'm concerned.
That is kind of a big oof.
Yes, because that hookshot does put both Longshot and Iron Boots in. We know of 4 of our 5 spirit keys. The 5th one has to be fire locked. And we do have Dins for that. Our first bow could be on Morpha.
Alright.
We have no idea what's on Burning Hack. We actually haven't seen that yet either.
Yeah, that's true. But
it's either Sarius
I would have
or
to
Prelude.
guess Prelude at this point, yeah.
It's either Sarius or Prelude, so not the most useful of songs.
So it's either one check or no checks.
Yeah. Hey, Alex. Yeah, never skip Child Goron City. Indeed. Alex, also having a... Yeah, welcome into... We finally found our first hookshots at 1:26.
I mean, to be fair, this was really about the first time that Child Goron City became convenient to do. So, I can't really fault anyone for that.
But yeah, Dins is not Way of the Hero for that hookshot on Goron Pot. Dins might be Way of the Hero, though, for Longshot and Iron Boots. Or specifically Longshot. Iron Boots are available without Longshot.
It
But
could also
Din's-
still be Way of the Hero for like the only bow outside of Ganon's castle or something. You know?
Yeah,
Like you
Din's
could
could
have
be.
two bows in GC.
Yeah, I mean, we know that all three boats have to be bomb locked. That's not saying much at this point. We've seen all of the non-4 key locked. We've seen all of the checks that are locked behind less than 3 keys, Siberian. The only except for the fire locked checks. Either map chest or sunblock must have our 5th key.
Yeah, that's roughly accurate. VXR. The whole seed is bomb locked.
Yes,
because like you
This-
really had to go get the 2 strengths before you could get any bombs and do anything in the seed.
yeah. Yep. Thank you, Gora, Kokiri Forest, and Crater both double way of the hero to get the strength upgrades, basically. Ryu did not do Crater Fairy. We don't know what that is. Yeah, let's see. There's to get the boss key on Forest Floor Master is continuing to get more spaghetti by the minute. To know as well, Keizo did not read the Upper River hint, and he's gonna run past it here now. He does not know that Spirit is way of the hero. That might matter. And I still find it funny how they both got different hookshots at the same time. Yeah, Ryu doesn't know Ice is way of the hero. Keizo doesn't know Spirit is way of the hero. They have different hookshots. Ryu has hammer but not boomerang, and Keizo has boomerang but not hammer. This is interesting.
So I guess Ryu had to come out here via the jump from the floor master room. Like he doesn't have a bow, he doesn't have Song of Time.
Yeah, he actually had to use hover boots to get over here. But in this case, he's bow locked.
Is that recoil not in logic?
It is not.
So all this stuff out here isn't technically in logic without either hover boots or bow or Song of Time.
Yep. In this case, though, he's bow locked out and found absolutely nothing, so it doesn't much matter logically.
Alright, so Keizo is now handing over Ruto's letter, skipping the hint stone again.
Well, he read that one earlier. That was the Ice Wave hero. Yeah, the Ice Wave hero was in front of Casey.
Yeah.
We had to chuckle because of
Keizo is the one who went to Ice Cavern. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Ryu saved quite outside Ice, unfortunately.
Well, Ryu will be able to pick up this small key.
Or Kokiri still Wave the hero. I think that's our second copy of that hint. Ryu's gonna continue and add a little spirit now with that hook shot.
I would not have guessed for 1 second that you could theoretically hit that chest from there, but yeah.
They actually moved that chest in CSMC, so you can still get it from below with just a hook shot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and thank you VXR for confirming. I can actually identify the letter spot for once. Light arrows are indeed there, so we do need a scale for it. You know how someone mentioned a while ago that with our Way of the Heroes being missing for like a half hour plus, that there might be less than 5 Way of the Hero items? Yeah, scratch that idea. We have loads of Way of the Hero items.
Yup.
This hint's just decided to be rude. We're still missing our 5th, too. We've seen 2 copies each of Kokiri and Crater. We've seen 1 each of Ice and Spirit. We do not know our 5th. We also do not know our Burning Caxon.
Yeah, major shoutouts to VXR who is far more observant than me.
GDG Hidden Ceiling was the other magic brought.
So also we just witnessed my favorite moment where you get to chuck Ruto at something for profit. Because sometimes you just feel like chucking Ruto at things. Just saying.
Indeed. Ruto's, Throwing Rudo at stuff is one of the most powerful weapons in the game. It actually one-shots a whole bunch of stuff here in Jabber. Unfortunately, aim is hard to do. Nice avoidance of that Skulltula there for Ryu.
Now I just want to see someone make a mod where you have Ruto as a C item and you can just pull her out any time and chuck her at things.
Yeah, Ryu is chasing that spirit wave, the hero, trying to figure out what this is for. It's not that. And I think he is going to be mirror locked out shortly. He's going to go check the invisible chest and the left hand, and then that'll be it, as Case has found a big chest.
Ooh,
which has a
shield
mirror shield. Okay. Thanks. Moderately ironic that Keizo found the mirror shield while Ryu was in Jabu.
Or while Ryu's in Spirit.
Spirit,
yeah.
Sorry.
That might be big.
Yeah. There's the boss key for Ryu.
Yeah. When I was saying that might be big, I was saying that chest might be big. Because that's what Ryu was trying to do. Hey, there we go. We have a bow.
There's a bow. Spirit invisible right. That is currently bow locked. Din's locked. Game. Actually, game. Why? And the left hand is small. Din's very well could be way up here for that. And yes, we are actually a scale from no mode.
Dang. That is impressive. Alright, so
Ryu.
Ryu now heading back to Forest, being able to finish it now.
Yeah. And Hylian shield to go with the mirror shield for Case too. Nice. Yeah, Ryu, once he gets Boomerang, is going to be a scale from Go mode. He might not need that Dins from Ice Cavern. We don't know, as I realize they forgot to write down the Ice Dins on the note sheet. Whoops. Yeah, what a spaghettified logic on this scene. There's no spoiler log, my commentary notes sheet is the closest thing I'll ever get to it, and my commentary notes sheet is just what we see on the stream, so we'll never know where all the items landed up. But this sure was something, alright.
You're acquiring that additional small key in Forest, so we can then head to the bow room and such. Meanwhile, Keizo finishing out Jabu. How inconsiderate. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, well, I'm also going to, chuck you at a stone or a medallion here. Hey, they changed the text too. Alright, Keizo with the intentional damage strats to finish off Big Octo real quick as we head to the finish for Jabu. Meanwhile, Ryu finishing off the red Poe, who is Joe. And
Hasn't found anything in Forest. Yeah, the thing is, though, for Ryu is how does he get that boomerang? Keizo will get his hammer on his way back adult, I assume. I'm not sure when he's getting his bow from Adult Spirit, though, is a problem. And
Joe is red, Beth is blue, Amy is green, and Meg is purple. There we go.
I mean, Ryu, if he wants to go to GTG, can reverse from Colossus, but that does mean he won't be getting his rang. Versus if he got like opponents from Ice, he could then ride over to Colossus and get opponents and get Field Grottos on the way. I don't know though; it's gonna be complicated to route. We are at we've been at 3 forfeits for a little while. I can see why with this spaghettified mess.
All right, Baronade for Keizo. Applying boomerang directly to tentacles. Very nicely done. Getting rid of those jellyfish on the outside.
Yeah, well, there's still the possibility that there can be a scale and more bows in Shadow Temple. Bow in Spirit is in Logic, locked behind Dins. We're not sure which one of Map or Sunblock has the final Spirit Key, but one of them does. Keizo is done with Baronade, who gives us a nut.
Nuts. He's down to 3 nuts. You might as well take some more.
Yep,
Gotta
sadly
wait
not
on
enough.
Rico to spawn anyway.
Sadly just not enough. Not enough. Not an upgrade. Wow, brain. I think I was trying to say nut grade, apparently. Which I guess kind of works. I mean, both scales could be in Shadows. We don't actually have the slightest idea where much of anything is. And, like, we don't know what our 5th wave of the hero is. It could be Double Spirit. It could be Shadow Temple. Here's the big chest in the checkerboard room, though. Which gives us a scale.
Hey, there we go.
That's our no mode.
That is absolutely necessary. At least one of those, anyway. Though there is another one out there. Who knows where it might be. But for all we know, it could be in Ganon's castle, which you'd definitely pick up that one first.
Yeah. Yeah, now the issue is, when does Ryu do Hyrule Field?
Yeah, that's going to be a hot minute, I imagine.
Yeah, because Keizo's going to get his hammer here, so he'll be able to do fire. Spirit has to be on Keizo's to-do list with his Din's way of the hero. He still doesn't know what that's for, and he can't get very far in Shadow Temple. Hey, SG6 redeeming the party of 91. Welcome into an Ocarina of Time Randomizer SpeedGaming Live Qualifier race number 5. We've got ourselves a bit of a spaghetti seed that's been quite rude, though we're now in no mood. The rudder is not quite.
Yeah, basically, for this seed, in order to progress at all, we needed to get the 2nd strength upgrade, which was kind of behind the 1st strength upgrade, which allowed us to reach the 1st bombs.
Yeah, you know, if someone for some whacked reason decided to go to River and picked up the bomb shoe pack from there, you could save yourself some time by blowing up Link to Goron with those bomb shoes.
Yeah, that would be a heck of a Galaxy Brain play.
Yeah, I mean, there are 437 racers in this race. 3 of them have quit, but there's still 32 other people racing off race stream right now. Who knows what they did? I mean, I don't think there's any way that this seed could possibly sub 2, but I think this is definitely a sub 230 seed for some people.
Oh yeah. Like if Ryu can manage to find that boomerang, I think he pulls it off.
Yeah, Keizo, if he finds his bow fast enough, might manage it too. For all we know, the bow is right here, actually. Although, no, that can't be because well, yeah, because Din's apparently locks all bows today. Yeah, I think going back to Spirit is reasonable for Keizo. He knows it is one of the ways that he knows his Din's way of the hero. He can't actually get all that far in Shadow Temple. His Fire Temple is foolish. He can't get into Spirit Water. Yeah, I mean, he's already done GTG, so yeah, Spirit will be the next idea. Keizo does know his Din's way of the hero. He read that hint outside next to King Zora.
And he knows Din's way of the hero. He doesn't know Spirit's way of the hero.
But his Din's way here might send him over to Spirit, because he does know the Spirit key logic exists. And
I'm pretty sure I've been told it doesn't.
Bob, I've been discussing it for a while. I do happen to know Spirit key logic pretty well. I also know what's in logic to open that adult side switch, as we were debating at one point. Yeah, Keizo has a decent chance of getting locked at a Forest Temple, so that doesn't really cost him that much time, honestly. The courtyards aren't that bad. And getting locked of Shadow is fine for him. I mean, he might find his first bow in Shadow Temple, to be honest. Din's has to lock... Well, actually, no, I think the way the logical first bow has to be the first Spirit one, because Logs and Irons aren't way of the hero at this point. I think it has to be that bow here. I think that bow and Spirit has to lock all the other bows, so probably Ganon's Castle and maybe Phantom Ganon. Fortress is foolish, so there might be a bow or two on HBA, that wouldn't be surprising. But yeah, I actually, now that I think about it, Keizo shouldn't be able to find a bow in Shadow here.
I mean, it's not a bad play from the way he sees
it.
But,
no,
yeah.
It's not. He knows his Din's way to hero. He has fire arrows. There's not that much available.
But can we talk for a second about that first hit on Phantom Ganon there, where he gets him coming out of the painting? That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, finally our second bomb bag. Very, very, very unlocked.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see, or wouldn't be surprised if both remaining bows are in Ganon's castle proper.
They probably are, yeah.
That being said, there's no chance we see them.
Ryu might honestly go there looking for his Rang.
Yeah, he might go there looking for Boomerang. That is a reasonable play, honestly. I mean, given the fact that you have all the spiritual stones and you can get in, you might go for it. Who knows?
He's gonna first beat Fire, and then he'll go over there.
Yeah.
He's also gonna check the Bomb Grotto here on the way to Fire, which is why he's not playing Bolero. First two checks of Shadow, as expected, nothing, and Keizo is going to go to Spirit. I mean, makes sense. Bowless Forest is a bit of a wonky one, and
that's
Bowless Song of Timeless Spirit without hover boots does not do him much good. So this is sensible. Oh, and Ryu's going Ice. Well, I guess he's gonna get his Dins and then be confused.
Yep.
I mean, he does know Spirit is way of the hero. He doesn't know for sure that Bow is the way of the hero, so for all he knows, it is Icy Waters. This won't help Ryu, unfortunately. He's just gonna spend a few minutes here. This is also the second qualifier seed in a row where Igron's way of the hero sent people to Ice Cavern. Yesterday it helped people. Today, not so much.
Probably not so much, no.
And there's that hint for Ryu. Yeah, Keizo will be officially in, scale mode, technically, but he'll be in practical go mode in a few minutes once he gets that bow from at the invisible chests here in Spirit.
Alright, Ryukane setting up for King Zora skip here. Trying to do a real tiny ESS turn. And he gets it. Alright, so he takes a peek at that item, not particularly interested in it, and moves into Ice Cavern.
Yep. He's gonna find Dins and probably scratch his head a bit. Hopefully even if he figures out that it tells him that his bow is waved here in Spirit Temple, it doesn't actually help him with his boomerang, unfortunately.
Alrighty. Keizo gonna head up to the hands here, gonna play some songs and see a small chest to move on.
He will actually be able to check the map chest for us, since he does have Din, so we will know officially which of the two Firelock checks has that final key. Does it matter? Nope. But is it nice to know? Sure. Although I will laugh, by the way, if one of these has a second bow. I don't think it will, but that would be funny. Yeah, alright, so unlocks the other key, and that's the small chest.
Now, remind me again why the sun chest is firelocked?
Right, so the some map and some block chests both require 5 keys or a fire source. So in other words, if you have if one of them has a key, you need a fire source. And that is because logic assumes you're a moron and opens every other door but the child side one before, so that you get yourself locked out of coming up as child.
Yeah, and in my case, logic is accurate. In assuming that I'm a moron.
Oh no, Keizo bailing out of Spirit Temple after Irons? Huh? Now I'm confused.
That's not gonna work out the way he wants it to.
Not really confused. What?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe he's planning on getting his bow out of Water Temple. I don't know.
I don't know why you would go Water Temple in this scene. Like, I'm utterly confused as to what Keizo's routing is. We don't know either, Zero, Charisma. We have no idea why Keizo abruptly decided to just not,
Also, you should really do something about that charisma score. Even if it is a dump stat, Zero's going to make you incapacitated.
Yeah, Siberia in the water sign set is also in Spirit, yes, but he only got irons. He doesn't even have a long shot.
Yeah, he didn't go for the child.
Didn't go for either hand. Going for the adult side hand gets you bow. Going for the child side hand gets you long shot.
Yeah, I do not understand that play, not one bit.
Keizo does not have Spirit Wave here. He skipped the upper river head for some reason we don't know either. And Huh. Yeah, he knows his Din's way of the hero. So why not check Sunblock Room? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Queso knows that Sunblock is a key, but at the same time, Irons is such a bizarre way of the hero. I don't know. Queso's routing is making my brain hurt today. Yeah, Queso might be able to logic that that's a key on Sunblock, but then you just keep going.
Alright, so Ryu is now taking Epona's song, and he's going to
Wasteland, probably,
Wasteland.
with that Din's. Or actually, back to Spirit first with that Din's. I mean, he just found Din's Way of the Hero. He's gonna go back to Spirit to see what it is. She's gonna quit fires, okay. I mean, it's not a bad idea for Ryu. For all he knows, his rank could be up here.
Okie dokie. So Ryu going to check the fire lock chest here again. Again, we know this is small, so not particularly relevant.
And Keizo's gonna get locked out of forest momentarily. Ryu does know that that's a small key in the sunblock room, and is out.
Alright, so Ryu's gonna head toward Gerudo Valley. Now, unfortunately, once again, we find ourselves in a situation where it's gonna be a hot minute before Ryu checks the boomerang location. But at this rate, it's gonna be a hot minute before Keizo gets back to Spirit, so it is anybody's race at this point.
Yeah, it really is on Restream.
But I honestly do not understand the leaving Spirit there.
I really don't. Like, even
especially
if you
to come to a forest that you cannot clear due to lack of bow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're going for skulls like he's doing here, but again, I'm not particularly well versed in the routing here, so, or at least not well versed in the way they're deciding to route it.
Yeah. Why is Ryu back in Spirit? I have no idea. Maybe he's doubting that Spirit's Sunblock has a key. He doesn't have Mirror Shield because that's rank locked. He's already done everything else in here. Okay, Keizo's going back to Spirit.
Okay.
At least he's going back. I don't understand his routing, but at least he's back.
So the only bow we know about is the right-hand side of the invisible chests here in Spirit. The hammer we know is at the second item at Bombchu Bowling.
Alright, and Ryu's confirmed that Sunblock is in fact the key, and I think he's gonna try Shadow Temple next, following that Din's Way of the Hero. I mean, it makes sense from Ryu's perspective. Is Din's Way of the Hero and he doesn't know what for.
And I'm not gonna lie, I would bet a reasonable amount that the other two bows are like in Ganon's castle or something to that effect.
They have to be bow locked for Spirit to be Way of the Hero, so it would need to be the Spirit bow specifically has to be Way of the Hero. This is something I was mixing up earlier. And in order for that, and so the other bows, they could be on HBA. Fortress is foolish. Fire is also foolish and bow locked, so there could be a bow up top there somewhere. They are probably also just sitting in Ganon's. Could be at archery, but yeah, the other two bows have to be bow locked. And here's bow for Keizo.
There we go.
Okay, this is smart from Keizo. He is proving to be a little less wonky on routing. He doesn't know where his scale is. It could be right here for all he knows. This does make sense.
Yeah, it's not quite go mode for Keizo, but once he goes back to Forest and finishes it, he will be in go mode because he's going to get the scale along the way.
Yep. You'll also see that there is a big chest on the right hand, and I think he's going to go for it. These guys, we use slightly different race settings from the usual. Typical race settings have 6 medallions, but for this tournament we have 3 stone bridge, and the Ganon's Castle boss key is on the light arrow cutscene, requiring the Shadow and the Spirit medallions.
So a grand total of 5 required dungeon prizes, 3 of which are stones and 2 of which are medallions. The remaining medallions only necessary if the songs associated with them are necessary.
Ryu is... I'm not sure what Ryu is doing. Having a think, I think, about what his doing this Way of the Hero for.
Yep, sometimes you gotta have a think.
Yeah, and with that, happy 2 hours, everyone. We've had a really weird 2 hours. Let's shout out our runners, Ryu and Keizo, to my co-com Bob, and to our tracker Siberian, as well as to everyone in chat for watching.
And I definitely do expect Keizo to finish this pretty soon.
Yeah, nice score on Tunic. Thanks.
Good job. Though, Keizo may actually finish Spirit because he's got that mirror shield from Jabu.
Well, here's the thing. I'm now confused why Keizo is still in Spirit. It made sense to do a couple more checks after his bow to see if scale was there, but now I'm confused why he's going for Rova.
Well, I mean,
nice
we were griping about him. We were griping at him about leaving earlier, and now he's staying in, and we're griping at him again. So it's just like you can't win. You can't win either way. I think he might have just been setting that up so when he goes for the big chest on the hand, he's going to have that available for later.
Yeah, okay. He's leaving it for later. That makes more sense, because I would have been seriously concerned if he actually went for Twin Rova, but setting it up just in case he needs to come back is not ridiculous.
Yeah, especially, I mean, he doesn't know this, but he's going to get the long shot off of this, so that makes it just that much easier to use that platform.
Yeah. The medallions and stones are shoved amongst themselves. You can find the standings linked in the rules document called a Drew in that command. Yes, the rules document is actually called Drew.
I don't know if there's a way. Are these the hover boots? What are the hover boots doing there? Get out! See, now you're gonna bait Kane back into shadows. Stop that.
That's actually really, really bad for Ryu. Because he's going to go shadow chasing his dins.
Well, he doesn't have long shot though.
No, fair. That's good point, but that's still an ouch. Also a terrible spot. There's long shot for Keizo. Yeah. I hope Ryu goes South Hyrule here. It would make sense coming from Adult Lake, and that would put him in go mode.
All right.
Well, he's gonna do Adult Fishing first, which makes sense.
Keizo is going for Forest now. He's going to find a scale in the checkerboard room, which will officially put him in go mode, given the fact that he knows where the light arrows are.
Yeah, he will have to backtrack, though, which will cost him a couple minutes. Ryu can just get those lights on his way to Jabu whenever he does finally get his rang.
Yeah, luckily it's not that bad. All you gotta do is, so you can go to the adult spawn point, just go into the Temple of Time, change positions, or change age, and then just play Serenade to get the song. Or to get the arrows, and then just take the owl back. Another key for Keizo. Ryu is going to be looking at the lab roof, though he's currently looking for that murder bird.
Yes, he is. Who is staying high, but you know the second you try to climb it will knock you off.
Oh yeah, that is his prerogative / code.
Yep.
I've looked at the code. It basically just says, screw this guy climbing the ladder in particular.
Just a huge ruby. But okay, Ryu's playing opponents. This should be field. Alright, this will put Ryu in go mode, and he'll actually be ahead of Keizo, because he doesn't need to make the trip back child, I think it was Ryu who dipped fire earlier, was it? Or did I mix the two up again?
I honestly haven't the foggiest.
It was okay, Ryu. So yeah, Ryu is gonna be ahead of Keizo here, having already done some of fire, and Jabu is faster than, and he can route lights in with Jabu versus Keizo finishing off Forest. Yeah, what a seed. I wonder what the first finish time is going to be on this mess. And Ryu not immediately bailing after Boomerang? No. Okay, maybe having a bit of a think as to where to go next and decides, yeah, I'm going to go Bolero.
Yeah, gonna finish off Fire Temple.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real difference whether or not you do Fire or Jabu first. I guess if you do Fire first, you don't need to worry about having to. You can just go from Jabu, go Adult, and then head right to Ganon's instead of going to Bolero and then going back over to Ganon's. So, where's this boss key? I vote high score on.
I mean, I'm gonna go for maximum pain and go for hammer chest.
I wonder actually if Fire is hover is locked. I did not consider that earlier, but Spirit could technically be waited to hero for the long shine, as well as the bow. Which would be kind of spectacular.
Well, in order for it to be hovers locked, you would need a small key on Volvagia and not enough small keys to reach the top, right?
Yeah.
And given the fact that we haven't seen the boss key yet, that seems unlikely, but I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility.
No, Ryu does have Scarecrow set, so Pierre chest is not an issue.
Yeah, and you don't need long shot for Scarecrow chest. All right, Keizo picking up the scale. That's going to be official go mode for Keizo. Well, sort of. I mean, really official go mode once he picks up the arrows, but yeah. He has all the knowledge he needs. I guess it's his no mode, but you know what? No go. Who cares?
He's set to finish the scene now. Let's put it that way.
He has no interest in looking at additional items at this point.
No. Small key on the map chest. Ryu did not in fact miss that jump. I was worried for a sec there.
Yeah. I think there had to be a small key in the map chest given the fact that he was just, bow locked out earlier.
It was small key or boss key. It could have been boss key with
the
next
correct.
Key on both.
And that would have made it where hovers were required.
Yep. Mind you, the spirit bow is almost certainly way of the hero anyway, because we never did see a second one. And there's not exactly many not bow lock checks left in the game.
So Ryu did sort of avoid a potential disaster trying to go into Ganon's castle looking for the boomerang.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised he didn't end up going Ganon's, I'll be honest. It looks like they are in fact Pierre locked out of fire, or at least we're just gonna go do that because I think the upper maze chest is dead, and I'd assume he peeked the shortcut as well, but I'm really bad at peeking the fire temple chests. Shortcut was a small key chest, okay. Rhea just doesn't want to bother with it.
Yeah, basically you can leave it there, and then if you really need another small key, you can pick it up, but otherwise...
I don't think he does at this point.
Bail on it.
Alright, and Pierre has...
Garbage.
So keep on climbing. Foolish fire, everyone! Foolish fire. You wanted a short trip? Nope, you're going all the way up.
Oof.
Ooh, and falls all the way off the phase.
I mean, it's not like a massive time loss or anything, but it is a little bit of a time loss. Shoutouts to quick heart pickup there.
Yeah, nice little thing, because he was a touch low on health, and it's not a good idea to just get one when you're right there.
Yeah, especially if he's going to want to use the beautiful, no tuning strats for the boss here.
Yep, yet another small chest on Compass chest game.
So this is kind of moment of truth here. If you're right or if I'm right.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's going for the the hammer chest first, apparently.
Yep. He can go peak high score on, but he's decided he's just going to go straight up. And Keizo's now going to go join Ryu in Fire Temple. He's going to also need to climb all the way up, and Keizo hasn't touched fire really, so he's going to need to do all of it. This I don't think is going to sub 230 here. That's true, he doesn't have a hovers or a Song of Time to get to the Switch. I know from Siberian, so even if it was highest score, you need to climb the hammer chest anyway to get it. Good catch.
Yeah, I guess it is, technically a much better idea to come up here, look at the hammer chest first, because you can't get into it otherwise. Yeah.
And then drop down to highest score on if it turns out highest score on is the boss key.
But yeah, as stated, Keizo is going to have to go through a whole lot of chests here. So there's going to be a lot of time wasted finishing fire.
And hammer chest is a small key, so highest score on is fun.
Down we go. Quick jump slash there with the hammer to acquire the boss key. And saying hi to our Goron for... I mean, why not?
Yeah, don't think fire is hover's lock today, so just stupid key placements. Thanks, game. Because Foolish Fire, as always, you're doing the whole thing. Why wouldn't you be?
Alright. Ryu officially has 36 seconds to beat this boss here. Gonna have to use some quick strats to get the quick kill here, but it is theoretically possible.
Yeah.
I mean, for other people, it'd be theoretically possible.
Hey, I think that was 10. And there we go.
Enlighten the dumb among us. What was he using to explode the chews?
I think he walked into the chews himself and blew them up. Either that or a shield drop. I'm not 100% sure which. Neat little thing, though. Usually you see nuts for that strat, but whatever he was doing, it worked well. But might have been hammer. It might have been hammer actually for those shoes. I was having a little bit of a hard time telling.
I mean, he was definitely doing something that sounded like a slash, but
so probably the hammer then. Yeah.
So now I learned more things that you can use to blow up chews.
They explode when you do basically anything to them, to be fair. Yeah, that is fire done for Ryu. He's gonna go do Jabu, pick up his lights on the way, and be done with his seed. I don't think this sub 230 is gonna happen for him, though, today. Got a little too much left to do. Stabu still takes several minutes to run through. He has to go do 2 age transitions and do Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. And we can see for sure that that was in fact a small key chest down there in the shortcut. Keizo making dang certain not to waste time on that switch there because he used a glitchless jump to get on top of the block. Alright, so Ryukane off to Zora, or out to Zora's domain to enter Javu, and also will pick up those light arrows along the way.
Yeah.
Now the Fire Temple is going to take a little bit longer than Javu, but
yeah,
Ryu's not yet to Javu, so it's kind of a back and forth here.
No, because Keizo still needs to make a trip child for his lights, while Ryu can just route it in.
Yeah, but I mean that takes maybe 2 minutes. Maybe.
The age transitions take 2 minutes. Going to Serenade to playing and then going back to Market is another minute. I think it's like a minimum 3-minute trip out to Child for Lights for Keizo, and then he has to go back to Power. But I think Ryu's ahead. Not sure by how much, but I think it's a few minutes.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, and I will defer to you as the person who has watched / administered more of these than me. I will just be sitting here making dumb comments until it works. All right. So Keizo's still got to go grab the additional small key to get to the rest of the dungeon here, and of course we'll probably be checking Pierre as well.
Yeah. Actually, does he have Pierre? I don't remember if Keizo's been in Adult Lake.
You might be correct. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he has, because I don't remember him doing Adult Fishing Lab before Shoot the Sun.
I know
Keizo is just gonna have to hope that it's not there, and if it is, he'll just have to go Serenade to Lake and get it.
Yeah. Alright, 1 key for Keizo as he moves on in this dungeon.
And have been purposely not announcing finishes until the delay catches up. So, GG's to our first place finisher. The Salty Sponge finished with first at a time of 2:20:58.
Yep. You may have seen him on Restream yesterday. Getting summarily trolled by that seed like everyone else.
I don't think... I think every single Qual seed has been a troll of some type so far. Like, bar 0. I think Qual 3, which is the only one I wasn't around for, was relatively alright, but the others have all been hot garbage. We only ever found 4 Way of the Heroes, as far as I can tell. I only counted for 2 copies each of Crater and Kokiri Way of the Heroes, though both of them could have been double. Kokiri had both Strength 1 and the Ruto's Letter. Crater had both Storms and Strength 2. But I don't remember explicitly writing down 3 copies of those hints.
Yeah. So Ryukane, of course, finishing off that, or deals with that first tentacle there. We know that particular chest contains the mirror shield, but again, it's not necessary for this particular seed. So Ryu's skipping it because, again, Ryu's in go mode. He's not interested in picking any chests up at the moment, especially not the big ones. Given the fact he's already got double defense and nothing else could actually help him.
Yeah, he doesn't actually. Oh, BGS, while nice, is certainly not required. He's not going to go out of his way for a BGS at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was Kaiser who got BGS from GTG.
Yeah. BGS was, in fact, in the like room in Gen, Guru Training Ground.
Yeah.
Started with GT and I was like, Gen's Tower. No, that's wrong.
Yeah. Also, GG's to our second place finishers. Saria's Object 22306.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing in this particular case, it's more like Saria's Object. As in, Saria's object to this seed. Saria's objection. Let's get Phoenix right up in here.
Kaizo did in fact peak the highest Goron, so he's just setting up to make sure he jumps down correctly, which he does. It is in fact possible to miss the jump and then have to climb all the way back up again, which really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, not saying I have experience with that, but I have experience with that.
Yep.
More intentional damage strats on Big Octo from Ryukane. We'll finish that off rather quickly. Okay, so picking up the big chest here, and we'll head to the boss. Now, the good news for Keizo is he does not have to do the... he doesn't have to do like a super fast strat here on Volvagia because he has that Goron Tunic. Ryu is going to go for boxless door here. Nicely done.
And I'm back. I had to step away for a second. Keizo doing regular palm strats on Bull, does however have the BGS, so we can save a bit of time on that front at least.
And down goes Volvagia for Keizo. So we do see Keizo finishing his dungeon slightly before Ryukane, but again, as you said, Keizo still has to go get the light arrows. So, still going to be a little bit of time before Keizo can finish this off. Whereas Ryukane can pick up the remaining medallion here and just kind of head for Gen's castle. It'll be a serenade and an owl to get there, but Keizo has to do that on top of another time transition. So,
yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to be real close.
Yeah, they're only a couple minutes apart ultimately here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even. That's very, very close here. Also had a race time room open, and as you guys can probably mention, they are not 15 minutes out from finishing. Spoilers. So I do actually know their final finish times, but I won't spoil it until they're actually done. This finish is rolling in now, as slowly I will announce them when the delay catches up, and so there's been some conversation in the race time room.
As of the current time, on Restream, still only 2 finishers.
Yep.
But we expect some more fairly soon.
Indeed. High five here in Child Temple. Time for our runners. Ryu getting back in as Keizo transitions, and then Child and then leaves.
All right.
2:28:57 is when Ryu started the cutscene of pulling the Master Sword. I guess we can use that as a time for gauging the difference in time for them.
Fair enough. Right, so there's Keizo heading for the light arrows.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing I didn't keep in mind is just how long it takes to swim out to the silly light arrows.
And then he has to go back, and then he has to swim to land, and then either walk back or serenade back. I think it's similar on time. Like I said, it would be about like 3 minutes. I think it is actually like 2 or 3 minutes to do this.
And luckily for our runners, there's virtually no chance of either of them getting to Gan's castle without the boss key.
Yeah, because that's happened to someone on Restream yesterday, in fact, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Hey, Sponge in chat, GG's!
But yeah, definitely a GG on this race there, Sponge. Well done.
This was the thing.
All right, Ryukane about to bust up Donalfo's.
And a 2:30:51, so just over about 2 minutes behind. Keizo about 2 minutes behind Ryu here, pulling the Master Sword again.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, at a time of 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 57 seconds, we had our third finisher, which was Mr. Mario 7788.
Yep.
And we have all of our top 3 finishers now in chat discussing the seed here.
Hey, sorry, Azajek and Mario as well. GG's to you both. Yeah, the Ice Wave the Hero was fun. Bait dibs, anyone?
Sponge Rusty Ice at 30 minutes. There we go. I knew somebody was going to go for it.
Yeah.
And the meme route prevails. What can you say?
Indeed. Well, Keizo had very, very bizarre routing in that he... Let's see, where did I stuff my notes?
Well, the thing with Keizo is I still do not understand his bailing on Spirit when he did.
Yeah, he did Jabu. He went back adult, went to Spirit, got irons, and left. We have no idea why. He just decided, I'm out of here.
And he left to go to Forest, which he couldn't clear, and then he came back right after that. So,
Yeah. He did do some extra checks, looking for in case the scale was there, which made enough sense. I thought he was going to do Kuruma, mercifully decided to not do that.
I think one of our runners bought shoes here. That was Ryukane, I believe.
Yeah, Ryu did that before getting bombed back in Goron City. Oh, I can definitely see getting shoes helping with a route because the chain of logic for your first bomb bag in Goron City was really quite stupid.
And Sponge went for 10-pack, got the 10-pack from the river again as well. So
yeah, I mean, makes sense.
A nice Master Sword one cycle from Ryukane. That is trickier than it looks.
It is. A nice 232 dwarf going down.
And that's all
still
about
around 2 minutes apart.
That's really all about timing, is making sure he doesn't get up from his stun lock situation. It's not like it's frame perfect or anything, but it's pretty, you got to have the rhythm down.
But yeah, I can definitely see rushing, getting shoes early almost definitely helps you with your routing.
Wait, how would you get Bomb Bag as child? Confused. So the two hook shots, you had one in Spirit Temple on the child side hand, and the other one was Goron Pot. Oh, wait, you'd get Bomb Bag as child by having shoes, of course.
Yes.
I'm a dumb.
And Ryu here, done with Ganon as Keizo arrives on Ganon. And GG's to Ryu, finishing with an official time of 2:35.43, fourth place.
GG.
GG's indeed. Yeah, I can definitely see Cyrus Object getting bomb twos early really helped you sequence break the seeds. Pretty idiotic logic.
Oh yeah, both of those lift upgrades required for that bomb bag, that is silly and a half. But knowing that logic honestly probably helped you a bit, because it gave you this, really big hint that, yeah, most of your stuff is going to be bomb locked. So, you had to know that the hammer was going to be bomb locked, which it was. Things like that.
Yep. And here is the GG's for Keizo, finishing not long after Ryu here with an official time, 5th place of 2:36.57. And speaking of, salut Ryu, GG.
Thanks.
Yes, hello and thank you for joining us. Welcome, King. I do not speak French like my co-commentators, so
That's fine. I can speak English pretty well, I guess.
But yes, well done. Thank you for that run. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I That seed gave me a freaking headache. Like, what the hell is the spirit logic?
Mm-hmm.
I got
yeah,
so
spirit key
confused.
logic.
I was like, why am I getting so many keys? And then I get the hook shot, and I'm like, oh, that's not in logic. And then I get the bow, and I'm like, that's not in logic either. What the hell?
Right.
We're also joined by
Salute
Keizo.
GG.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks,
Okay, so GG.
Ryu. Hey, thanks.
Welcome. Very well done to both of you. I mean, these are good times. Like, I know you might not be particularly happy necessarily with how it went, but I mean, it was really good from where I was sitting.
Yeah, this was quite a scene. Keizo, we were discussing when you joined here the spirit key logic.
Yeah, it was a mess in my head. That dense way of the hero, it was a mess since that time.
Yeah, that was the first hookshot, by the way. I didn't get that.
Goron pot.
Oh, freaking course. God damn it, Gone City.
Yep.
Yeah, I really was
Yep.
considering doing that when I went to do Target and the Storm's Grotto in KF. And I was like, it's only 2 checks, it's pretty slow. Let's just ditch that. Of course, that's a hook.
Hey, you saved you from Shadow Temple. Hey, Ryu, at least you didn't end up in Shadow Temple because you did shoot the stuff with those hover boots.
Yeah, in hindsight, I'm pretty sure I would have gone to Shadow before I actually went to clear Hyrule Field.
Yeah, I was informed, by the way, that Goldscale and the second wall are both in Shadow Temple.
Oh my god, what the
Gross.
heck?
I personally, like I was saying, wouldn't be surprised if both of the remaining bows were actually in Ganon's castle because of the way that the spirit key logic was locking that bow. Really, was what the Din's fire was actually locking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't want to believe that this bow was Way of the Hero. Like, there's a word that where Din's fire is actually in logic just to get that bow. And I'm like, dude, I still got
this
freaking long shot and all. As soon as I get the hook, everything is in logic. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's the long shot, maybe it's something is in GDG behind Song of Time or anything, or something. And then I find the hover boots and shoot the sun. I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty nice. Maybe it's in Shadow then. And then I get the boomerang off the scrub, and I'm like, what? I'm like, hey, I'm in the go mode. What the heck?
It was extremely fortunate that you went for that right then instead of.
Yeah, the thing is, I knew that Gerdo Valley Rock was a major item, so I was thinking of doing that. And I was hoping to do like South Hyrule Field before that, and then if it's not the boomerang or the hookshot, well, I just see. But I really wanted to find the first hookshot at that point, so it was really fortunate that I got the boomerang. But also, I guess it's pretty nice that I didn't get the hookshot in Goron Pod then.
Okay, so Keizo, I have to ask you something, and I have to ask you about something you did. So you were in Spirit Temple and you got the iron boots. At which point you left and went to Forest Temple. What was going on there?
Well, I couldn't leave the room. I had no bombs. I was basically stuck. So I have the choice to save warp or go in forest and maybe have the bow in forest. So
I had not considered that. That makes plenty of sense. Sorry. We were just scratching our heads like, why in the world would you leave at that point? Oh, no explosives? That'll do it for you.
Yeah. It was a mess. This seed, it was a mess. Come on. Two strength to have our first bomb bag in logic. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane. This seed was insane.
Yeah, and both of you actually got that within logic, actually. Both of you and went and got the 2 strengths to do that. A couple of the earlier finishers apparently got bomb chews and got around it, but it was not particularly an easy decision to do that, you know? Unless you went for the Rush Ice meme, which apparently was the way to win this seed.
Yeah.
I was considering doing a river as a door before going back child, but I think I found something like in graveyard or CAC that made me want to go back child. I don't remember what. I think that's because I found Song of Storms. I was thinking of doing
Right.
Bottom of the Well before doing River, because I could do Frog as well. Even if I didn't, I don't think I had any way to go to River at that point, but I thought there was still a chance that I found something that could potentially get me to River as child.
All right. Sounds. That was I mean, again, none of these plays are bad, right? That's the thing with Randomizer is at any given point, any play you make could be good or not as good. There's not a whole lot you can do about it, other than play the odds the best you can and do the best execution you can. Which, man, you guys' execution was on point today. That's all I'm saying. It's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, all of those plays. Like I saw some things in here I had never seen before. Hitting one of you, I remember hit Phantom Ganon as he came out of the door or out of the wall and hit him along the edge there. I was like, wow, that was impressive. Anyways, lots of little impressive knowledge things throughout, and so I don't actually have your statistics on hand. I imagine Star does, but how do you feel about your chances heading into the last few qualifiers here?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if we do more than 3 qualifiers, the best time drops first, right? Not the worst?
Yeah, best and then worst.
Okay, so it's either do 3 or do 05 for me. And right now I think I'm sitting at 85 average for all 3 qualifiers that I have done. So I think I'm gonna do the 2 quals that remain.
Right.
I'm pretty confident in qualifying, but I'm really not satisfied with how many points I do have right now, actually. So
yeah, your current average points are an 88.93. No, I'm looking at the wrong person. I was reading Cariosa's number instead of yours. You two and Cariosa are 5th, 6th, and 7th right now on the leaderboard.
Who's first? Who's first?
Mario. Although
I'm sorry. Who's first between Cariosa, Kaizo, and I?
It's Cariosa, Ryu, Keizo, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Okay, I'm going to do the qualifiers.
You're like, I have to be Cariosa.
Yeah, I have to beat this guy.
French rivalry there, but Ryu, you are sitting at a score of 87.77. Keizo, 87.38.
Pretty close.
That's so close.
Real close between y'all, and that is those are good scores through 3 races, and you haven't even had the opportunity to have a bad one thrown out or anything like that. Although you would need to
These
do 5.
numbers are subject to change a little bit, by the way, because I only put in the first 12 finishers. I will update the whole thing once everyone is done, whenever that happens. But yeah, no, you guys are in a good spot right now to qualify for top 32. I don't think you're going to get bumped 17 places down the leaderboard.
I'm still gonna risk it all and do the remaining qualifiers. It's still practice, and I mean, I kind of want to get at least 90 on one qualifier, so why not?
Wow.
Even if it gets dropped, I don't care. I'm just going for it.
Sounds good. You just want to make sure to do better than your worst one in the 4th one if you can help it.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm in a state where I'm kind of grinding hard for SGR and S5 as well. So yeah, the more I play, and the better I practice.
Yeah, so I expect good things from both of you, and many of these runners we've seen so far here. It's gonna be a heck of a tournament coming up during the event proper.
Sure. Looking forward to good races here. Bonne chance à vous deux pour le reste des qualifs et pour les brackets.
Oh, thank you, Star.
Thank you.
Which I believe
Translation,
means
good luck for
good luck
bracket-
in the
for
brackets.
Brackets and quals, yes. But yeah, I think that might be about it for us. GG's to you both. Some seed.
Yeah, Star Seed.
All right. Anything else you two would like to say before we wrap it up here today?
Well, once again, thank you guys for restreaming us. It's really an honor to be restreamed on for such a tournament.
It's a pleasure to put you guys on. It's always good to see some excellent runners make a good run through a seed.
Well, thanks for the
And,
resume, and thanks for everything.
GG's, and we will see you guys around.
Once again, congratulations both our runners on excellent finish times. And if you appreciate what you saw here, you can follow them here on Twitch. That's going to be twitch.tv/Ryukane and twitch.tv/Kzobro here on Twitch. And thank you so much also to our tracker Siberian, who is quite active in Ocarina Time community stuff and decided to track today, which we appreciate your sacrifice. And of course, my co-commentator Star1468. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yep. So that will be it for us today. There are 3 qualifiers remaining. If you still want to join the tournament but haven't done any yet, you will need to do all 3 of the remaining. The next one will be this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. CEST. So, and then Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. CEST, and then the final one will be Saturday the 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern, 1600 CEST. If people want to see us there, then feel free to join the Discord for more updates and check out the command for more information. That will be it for us.
Thank you all once again so much
everyone.
for watching. I will just say I've been Dr. Bobtastic. I will see you all at a later occasion. Good night, everybody.
See you next time.